What's up YouTube, it's the Rout back again. Got an update for you. Been working on this little squad. This is my Deathwatch Kill Team Alpha. And these are part of a campaign me and some of my buddies are playing. So we're doing like a mini campaign league. It's a Xenos only league. I'm playing Eldar, Mikey's playing Orcs, Aaron's got his Tyranids, Triss has got his Nids, Alan's got some Eldar as well. And we're playing this cool little campaign, which we've built some fluff around, and it's all set on the Death of Integrity, the Space Hulk from the book, and we built the fluff around that because it was such an interesting book. But it's set way before the book happens, and basically all the Xenos races are trying to retrieve various bits of their own tech from the Hulk, but the Hulk's infested with Orcs and Tyranids. Anyway, it's kind of cool, but basically it's an escalation league and we're going into our 1,000 points phase of the game. And in the 1,000 points phase, I wanted to introduce something that was going to be a bit of a pain in the arse for everybody. So I built a Deathwatch Kill Team. And the Deathwatch Kill Team in the campaign are going to just turn up randomly and be controlled either by a third player, or they will get controlled randomly just by dice. And really they're there to offer another victory point to whoever can wipe them out, but they also, you know, if you're using them as one of the guys in the league and you're not in that game, it's quite useful. You know, it could be quite advantageous to be disruptive and try and take down some of the HQ, because if these guys kill a HQ point, then it takes that points away from the opponent. So it can be quite tactical, but really it's all about a bit of fun. But these guys were inspired from books I was reading about Deathwatch, and they were inspired by the Kill Team rules, and we sort of wrote stuff around them. And then they've also been kind of inspired by legions I've actually painted as well. So, alright guys, well, let's go in and have a look at them individually. This is Deathwatch Alpha Strike, and I'll quickly go around and just introduce you to the various dudes. So, start off with, we have Space Wolf, Longfang, who's got his heavy bolter. We've then got, this guy might be the squad Alpha. He's Blood Angel. He's kind of pretty Blood Angeled up. Power Axe, Chainsword, and the Blood Angel bolt gun. We've got an Ultramarine here with a grav gun. I used that transfer on him with the skull in the middle, and I don't know what that means, but I kind of feel like it means Dishonored. It probably means he's a sergeant, but in my mind he's one of the Dishonored dudes, which is why he's been sent to the Deathwatch. Excuse me. And then this is a new chapter that I'm just doing a little force with, the Minotaurs. I picked up some of the shoulder pads and the characters from Forge World, but I'm basically using a load of bits that are left over from my 30k Iron Hands and Space Wolves and various bits and bobs, which is what these were made up of as well. And then I've got a Ravenwing dude, Dark Angel. And then I've got an Iron Hand guy as well. And one of the things that I quite liked about this is I really wanted to get into the character of the team and try and think about how they interact with each other. And having read some of the Deathwatch books, you know, it's really interesting how some chapters, when they're put together, become quite close allies, and others don't really get on very well. And which is why I built this the way I did. You got a Space Wolf and an Iron Hand, who are all kind of come from clan type backgrounds from their home worlds and have similar kind of stories in their history. And I really like the fact they kind of buck authority a little bit. And then the flip side of that is you've got the Blood Angels and the Dark and the Ultramarines, who, you know, perhaps certainly the Ultramarine follows the Codex a lot more closely. So I thought it'd be interesting. There'd be interesting banter between these guys. The Minotaur as well, similar kind of ferociousness as a space wolf maybe, so I thought that would be quite nice in there. And then having a Dark Angel in there, you can imagine the Space Wolf and the Dark Angel arguing quite a lot around which Primarch beat which Primarch up first. So I quite like that. And then I've gone in and put little motifs into stuff as well. So you probably noticed, let's see if I can get it to focus nicely for you. So on this Iron Hand, apart from the fact he's got his complete arm replaced by a sword, he also has the ammo backpack for the heavy bolter, but he doesn't have a heavy bolter. However, this guy does, and the way these guys fight, it's always really sort of together, and you know, they're covering each other's backs whenever they're going into situations. So it made sense to me that the quickest way for this guy to reload his heavy bolter would be to grab it off the back of somebody else rather than try and reach round and do it himself. So these guys basically are kind of become almost brothers, and they fight together and operate together, and this guy covers this guy with his sword in close combat, but he can fill his ammo up, and they basically become this kind of deadly duo between them. And I really like the little fluff to that, which is quite cool. My Space Wolves, my Longfang Space Wolves, have white shoulder pads as part of the company that they're from, which is why this guy doesn't have the more traditional yellow Ragnar Blackmane one, which a lot of people tend to go for. So that's him. This dude probably will be my squad alpha. And basically this, again, I've used bits from my Forge World leftover bits from doing my Iron Hands, and I then got donated some parts by my mate Aaron, and then picked up a few extra bits off eBay. And what I wanted to do with these is, Deathwatch to me, it's like they turn up at the Deathwatch, they paint their own armour black, they get given a replacement shoulder pad, and that's that. And you could say, well, that's cool, they were quite bland, but actually if you use all the models that are chapter specific models, it actually makes it really, really interesting, because you can keep all the little motifs that still make them them. So, you know, on here he's got his wolf helm and the wolf target finder and his wolf pelts and things like that that are very Space Wolfy. This guy has the Sanguinary Guard, I think, legs and the arm and the helmet, and then he's kept his axe. So, and he's all got his blood drops. So he still has all that really nice detailed essence of what a Blood Angel is, but he's painted up, you know, in his Deathwing colours. And I should point out as well, I've used Inquisitor shoulder, not Inquisitor, Grey Knight shoulder pads from a Terminator set as the shoulder pads. I did actually buy some proper Deathwatch ones off eBay, but the prick never sent me them, and he is a little toad who will end up, karma will find him one day, the little shit bag. But I ended up giving up and didn't want to buy any more, so I did these, and I think, you know, they look kind of cool enough. They're not exact, but they work for me. Ties the squad together. Ultramarine dude, grav gun, just kind of, this guy, he's kind of, in my mind, he's a young Ultramarine that's been dishonoured, although he probably performed some amazing acts of bravery, but being Ultramarines, it wasn't in line with something, so he's been sent away. So he's not very decorated, he doesn't have huge amounts of Ultramarine faff, but he does have a grav gun, so he's a pretty badass. And then a pretty young-ish Minotaur, a little bit decorated. He's been in this kill team slightly longer than the newest recruit, which is the Dark Angel, who's pretty much fresh out of being a neophyte, I think they're called in Dark Angels. He's only really done a couple of battles. He's got his one honour wreath, and yeah, he's now been sent out to the Deathwatch. His gun is already broken off. So there we go, guys. That is my little Deathwatch kill team. They've been really good fun to make. Just sort of collecting the bits and bobs over the past sort of few months, grabbing a few bits off eBay, keeping a few bits from other kits, discovering the Grey Knight shoulder pads was a massive help because it meant I could actually get on with it. And I really enjoyed painting them. It was all airbrush work, pretty much all airbrush work anyway, and then obviously all the little detail bits, but loads of fun. Glad they're done, and they are coming into the campaign next week, and they are either going to be getting up in Eldar and Tyranid's face, or Orc and Tyranid face, or maybe even Orc and Eldar face, we'll see. Alright, well, we'll show you some battle reports of that stuff soon, because it's all looking really good, and the boards are coming together, and they look really good too. So other than that, have a great weekend. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace!